We're on? Okay, we're back on here this evening. Our applicant just got here and was given possibly the wrong time, but
He wasn't.
not,
We'll
but
be
he
clear on that. He did have the right time,
He had the
but he
right-
missed it.
right time but missed it. So we just want to go over exactly what just happened, just so he's up to speed. We have some concerns, one of them being that the previous permit or special permit that was granted is being totally followed, and one of the conditions, thank you, was that the other building is not, the first floor is not being used, habited by a person.
Do you know by chance whether or not the room is finished?
No, I believe it's just storage.
Okay. What
So-
we'd like to do is just to confirm that, maybe send the building commissioner down, just to take a quick peek, just to make sure that both conditions have been met, so that we can get this cleared off and move on to your project.
Okay.
The previous special permit actually specifies that no other permits can be requested
Right.
without no other change of the lot can be made without coming to the
Alterations and
board.
additions.
There's two conditions.
Right.
Yes.
One of which is the basement.
We,
This is from the 2015
No,
permit,
yeah.
right?
Decision dated August 13th, 2015 does not allow for further alterations or additions without prior approval from the board.
Okay, and this being the approval. So may I ask is, since you all kindly visited the property 3 weeks ago or so, thereabouts, why did we not take care of it then?
Because it wasn't,
Yeah,
I can't
just-
speak for the board on that.
More just an oversight on us,
Yeah,
that we didn't see that other condition.
Didn't come up, yeah.
Yeah, that we didn't realize that other condition was on there as
And-
well.
And when the closure of terms on that special conditions was closed, was it not confirmed at that time?
Was not.
And why was it not? Like who?
Well, because the house,
Even
it
if it
was,
wa- I'm sorry.
a lot of,
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna say
sorry,
the
Yeah,
same
but-
even if it was 3 years ago.
Right, even if
But
it
there's a
was,
lot can
it's
happen
still,
within 3 years. We need to know where it
We're probably
stands
having a
now.
conversation outside of what we should.
I'm with you.
I think that we just
Sure.
need to provide an update.
yeah, update.
Okay.
Board also expressed concerns about the size of the expansion, some of it falling within the setbacks. So like 30% addition, anything less than 30% doesn't need to come to the board. This all being one continuous structure, this is like 170% addition. And one thing we talked about with the designer was the garage itself, since it's attached, counts as an extension of the building. If it's not attached, it doesn't count as one, it falls into different criteria, but she was gonna discuss it with you.
Okay, the decks are not attached yet, they're freestanding decks, so.
Okay.
There's a freestanding deck?
Yeah, those are structured to be freestanding. Anyways,
So
understood.
there's a void between the house and the deck?
There could be, yeah, I mean, the decks are not, because of the fieldstone foundation, they're not physically attached to the
Oh,
structure.
I don't.
All right, so what we did was.
I'm over my head on this one.
And again, just to keep you in the loop, we shared all this with your engineer. She was
Okay.
gonna, sit down with you, decide what you wanna do, see if we can get John down there, just take a quick peek at that basement, just make sure it's still unfinished. And then, we can move on. And so we
Okay.
scheduled for next month,
February
which
6th,
is the 6th at 7.
7.
Okay,
At one and only.
so two things, so the structure would still, the request would be it stays within the 30% footprint if it's all continuous?
No, if it's less than 30%, you don't even need to come to us, so to,
See,
just to,
Okay.
yeah,
the way the bylaw reads is for a special permit, if you have a conforming structure,
Mhm.
like if your house was conforming, it met all the setbacks,
Mhm.
you could go up to 30%
30%.
in a new footprint
I see.
by right. You
But it
don't
being
have to come
non-conforming,
in
they-
front of the board.
they come no matter
But
what.
because your house falls like pretty much halfway into a setback,
Right.
it's non-conforming. So
Correct,
that's a
yeah.
different rule, so anything over that 30%, you would have to still come for a special permit. So, I mean, if you were to shrink the whole thing down to 30%, then, and not do another encroachment,
Okay, so it's clearly, if you put it all together, yeah, over 30%. Over 30% would come for a special permit, which we've done.
You're
So-
here, right, that's one of the things
Right.
we're discussing right now.
And the concern is that the over 30, it's too much over the 30%?
What's a
Or-
hundred and what, 70?
175, give
Roughly,
or take.
so your house is about 1,000 square feet, give or take, and
Correct,
the
yeah.
proposed addition is, the footprint of the proposed work is about 1,760, 1,750 square feet, so
And historically, we haven't approved that type of
we
thing
haven't,
on the lake.
the board hasn't supported
Expansion of that size in a setback.
an expand,
Or that are
as a
partly in the
percentage
setback,
as a special permit request.
Being connected, so if it's non-continuous, it is treated differently?
As we talked, as we explained, you know, it's not, you need to put something before us to consider, right? It's,
Okay.
but, you know, we kinda speak out loud sometimes so that you can kinda, to accelerate the process, if that makes
Yeah,
any
sure it
sense.
does, yeah.
So we're just kinda speaking out loud, something of
Okay.
I can't speak for the other board members. 175% expansion on a non-conforming structure, considering the way that we've ruled in the past, would be very inconsistent with what the board has supported.
and plus, as you know, and again, I'm not speaking for the board, you've got a very unique situation down there where you already have 2 homes on 1 lot.
Correct.
So, and yes, it's a bigger lot, you know, it is larger than most,
Absolutely.
but,
It's a non-conforming lot, so we have a non,
mm,
so what we're being asked to consider is a non-conforming, and a 175% addition to a non-conforming structure on a non-conforming lot, with additional construction activities within the 50-foot setback.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm clear on that piece. I mean, that's exactly what we submitted, so.
So you know, there's ways to address it.
Okay. And is it worth having my engineer look at prior case studies or prior case clearances to gain that clearance? I mean, because I understand it's not really in structured lanes here, so.
every
Right,
case
I
is
mean,
different.
Yeah.
It's
but-
non-precedent setting, this board, really.
Yeah.
I mean, we could grant you that 175%, and the next person could come in asking for 31%, we'd say, no, you can't.
We
Yeah.
take it
But
all
you
in the
can't really
context
use
of
that
the
as
situation.
leverage, because every situation is really, it's never apples to apples.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I fully understand if it was living space, for sure. Like, if it was like residential, like living space, but being a outbuilding garage space storage, no, I would treat that different. I have neighbors who have much larger structures in non-conforming areas. Again, okay, I'll take it out with my engineer. Hopefully my engineer has the insight to address that. So,
Okay, and if you have any questions, you can give the office a call,
okay.
you know, and there's John Kuchar, he's a building commissioner.
Right, I know John.
He can maybe help you work through.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's probably a good
Yeah.
idea.
And
Okay.
if you have insights, that's the purpose of these public hearings, if you have insights that can help us maybe take a different look at it, or if you, right, I mean, if there's things that you can bring to the table that change the narrative, that's why we have these meetings, right? It's
Right, yeah, that's why that.
Again, I didn't know they were freestanding, you know, you said they were freestanding decks. They don't
Right.
look freestanding. I mean, they
Well,
look,
there's a foundation under that one.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's been updated, so I'm not, yeah, I agree, I mean,
Yeah.
that map could probably use some clarification. Okay, gentlemen,
All right.
thank you.
All right,
All right.
thank you.
February
Have a good night.
6th, 7 PM.